This week's episode of The Grid is sponsored by MPix. Shoot today, upload tonight, we ship tomorrow. Manfrotto, imagine more. On One Software, focused on photography. Tiffin, helping create the world's greatest images. Peach Pit Press, publishers of technology books, ebooks, and videos for creative people. Epson, exceed your vision. Expo Imaging, Rogue Flash Benders for speedlight enthusiasts. Nix Software, photography first. And B&H Photo, the professional source.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Grid. We are very excited to be back after our holiday break. My name is Scott Kelby. Joining me today, a man who needs no introduction but is going to get one anyway. He is ambidextrous. He's multi-breasted, the flatulent Matt Klaskowski.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Good to be here.
Yeah, dude, you went on a big trip. You just came back from Death Valley?
I did. I spent Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Death Valley this past weekend, so pretty cool stuff.
And he took some beautiful images. Let's take a look at them right now. Yeah, they look good.
I don't have
okay.
them up.
No, he doesn't have them up, but he did take some beautiful images.
It was a great trip. We had great weather, good people to be with, so.
Also, we kind of have someone that is going to be helping us with our critiques today. Over on the other set there, a beautiful man himself, every bit as beautiful as Matt in the right light. It's RC.
Hey everybody, what's going on? How are you doing?
Hey RC, what's up?
Not much, man. Just kind of hanging out, taking a look at the pictures.
That's nice. I
Trolling
appreciate you
the
hanging
internet.
out and taking a look at pictures.
That's good.
All righty. We got Petey here on the set. We have Brad, of course. And we have a special studio audience, a studio audience of one. My editor from Peach Pit Press, Ted Wade, is here. There he is. Thank you, Ted. Thanks, buddy. So we just call him for short our Teditor. Ted, the editor. All right, we want to get right to the blind critiques. I know that we had a lot of people, a huge number of people that submitted images. We're only going to get to about 20, sadly, but we've got some good giveaways and things. So what are we giving away today? First, we are giving away a very cool T-shirt. So this T-shirt, it's the APE T-shirt. All right, I'm going to open it up. It's going to have to be refolded, but it's APE, which stands for author, publisher, entrepreneur. This is Guy Kawasaki and Sean Welsh's new book. And it's a terrific book. We're going to be giving away a copy of the print book. It's also available, of course, as an ebook at a very reasonable price.
Sadly, the rest of the world will think your name is Ape when you walk
right,
out with the shirt. But
yeah, but you just have to hang your hands kind of low. All right, so we have the print book of this, which just came out, and the T-shirt. Two separate people win those. You're also going to get a brand new book from Chris Orwig. It is called People Pictures. It's a brand new book. Chris is a terrific photographer, very good writer, very good instructor, very good guy, really all the way around. We're going to be giving that away.
My favorite people in the industry.
We're going to, truly one of the nicest guys out there, and he's got a terrific. This is not his first book. He's written very many books, and they're really good. He's a good photographer. A knapsack.
Oh wow!
Get it? So this is a NAPP backpack. NAPP stands for the National Association of Photoshop Professionals.
And when you wear it with this T-shirt,
you
have a wardrobe to be jealous of.
Yeah.
You're going to turn heads when you get out there. I'm telling you.
You're a NAPP ape. All right. So we've got that, and maybe some more stuff. One thing before we get to our classes, to our stuff, we launched a brand new magazine today. All right.
Big news.
Here it is. Which camera do we look at? That one. Lightroom Magazine. It is a brand new magazine just for Lightroom. So it's all about teaching you Lightroom. I'm going to swipe through a few pages here. Oh, over there. Oh, it's the one with the red light on it?
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, Matt is the editor. All right. I'm the publisher, and Matt is the editor. And we're now on Matt's Facebook page. Sorry.
Because it's got the little Facebook
Yeah,
thing.
sorry. When you swipe, sometimes it loads crazy things. And if there's anything I hate, it's when our sponsor's ad appears. Whoops! Oh, MPix. Sorry.
How did that get there?
How did that get on screen? That's crazy. Okay, I'm not really good at swiping. I've got to work on that. But anyway, it's got all kinds of tips and tricks, the library module, different stuff. I write a column in there. Matt writes a column.
Yeah.
He writes. Everybody writes.
It's kind of broken up as the way Lightroom is. We got something on
in
library,
segments,
something on printing, books, web, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Here's the thing. It's for the iPad. Go to the App Store, and you can get the first issue for free. Then we have subsequent issues are just $4.99, cheaper than a McDonald's extra value meal. You can get a whole issue and learn all kinds of cool Lightroom stuff.
Almost cheaper than a coffee at Starbucks.
Almost cheaper than a coffee at Starbucks. It is available right now. Go get the free issue. I will just say this, because there's embedded video, right? We embedded video in there too, so it's video and a magazine. I would say be patient.
Yeah.
The download might take, I saw somebody wrote that took them 12 minutes to get it down. I saw it.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad, but I have a pretty quick internet at the house. I got the FiOS stuff, and I got it. It was probably like 8 minutes, but I've had people say it took 30 minutes. So it depends on your.
It honestly took me like 20 minutes yesterday.
Yeah,
so.
RCO.
It's one of those things that when it started coming out, because we started seeing some of that stuff on the lighted side, I went out and we were doing some experiments with different magazines and talking to different people that download a lot of magazines. And apparently it's a pretty standard thing to expect 15, 20, 25 minutes when you're doing magazines. Like I think Matt and we downloaded a GQ and it was like 500 something megs.
Double the size of our magazine.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like if you're not used to downloading magazines or you're not, you haven't seen that, this might be something that you might want to just keep in mind when that's happening.
Right, but you would have to admit, and this has been proven by the Online Publishers Association, that the download times of a magazine are based on how good looking the guys that are in the magazine are.
Absolutely.
Which would make, theoretically, ours should be higher than GQ.
You should get it before you think about it.
But it's not. Hey, we got a great show coming up for you. We're going to take a real short break. And when we come back, we're going to be doing our blind photo critiques. We'll explain what those are if you're wondering what's a blind photo critique. We would ask, before we just take this quick break, if you were on, while the ad's on, you don't want to not pay attention to the ad. The ad's very important. But if you would just take a moment real quick and go to Twitter, go to Facebook, go to Google+, go to wherever you go, and just write real quick, hey, we're watching The Grid. It's live right now. Come join Scott and Matt and RC. Yeah. Thanks. We'll be right back right here on The Grid. Don't go away.
Hi, my name's Dave Black, and I'd like to welcome you to Kelby Training, where you can come join me on my light painting landscapes class. One of our locations is going to be at one of the most famous, iconic barns here in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Not only will we do light painting there, but we will also do some soft focus technique. The site survey will give us an opportunity to look at our subject and start to figure out where we'll have camera position and where we would be applying the light painting from. Now, just because we're out here in the great outdoors in a big national park, don't think you can't do these at home. All the basics and fundamentals that we'll cover in this video will teach you how to get into light painting landscapes, whether you're out here in Teton National Park or right in your very own hometown. Come to my light painting landscapes video at kelbytraining.com. I hope to see you then.
I can't wait to do this again.
Hey, we're back. Scott Kelby here with Matt Kloskowski and RC. RC.
What's going on?
What's up?
Not much, man, not much. I was actually just fielding some questions over on the chat. A lot of people were asking things about, just the Lightroom magazine, and somebody had just asked about the tours and where they're going. So it's probably important to be able to mention that, Matt, you're actually on tour in Oklahoma City, January 25th. Austin, Texas, the 31st, Arlington on February 20th. So those are the kind of the 3 days.
That's his Lightroom 4 tour.
That's the Lightroom 4 tour. So if you guys want to keep like in the loop with all of that stuff, I'll go ahead and I'll put the link in the chat. But make sure you go into kelbytraininglive.com. That's a great place for you to kind of just.
Dude, where are you going? Aren't you going someplace?
Yeah, I am actually. I'm going to a couple places. I am going to
Covington.
I'm going to Covington, Kentucky.
I know he's going to Covington because
Covington, Kentucky,
I had to ask
February
him
1st.
to take that one.
What was that?
I said, I know you're going to Covington because I asked you to take that day.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
couldn't do it.
Take my Covington, Kentucky show.
Covington, Richmond, Virginia on February 27th, and Houston, Texas on March 25th.
Oh, very nice. You'll be at the George R. Brown Convention Center in Houston, Texas. All right, very good. Hey, I don't have a tour yet, but I'm going to be launching a new one. Brad and I are going to be out on the road together doing a tour, but I don't want to talk about it yet because it's super secret. It's my super secret tour. Okay, blind critiques, let's get to work.
All right.
So what blind critiques are is this. We've asked people that watch the show to take 4 or 5 of their images, they send them in to us, and we're going to do real photo critiques. But they're blind, meaning we're not going to give their names. Now, some people write their name on the photo, or they write their name on, but don't do that.
Yeah, they have a watermark or something.
They have a
like
watermark
that.
or something. Okay.
I don't think we have any of those today, though.
Oh, that's good. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the opposite of what happens on Flickr. We're going to give you a truthful assessment. On Flickr, if you were to accidentally drop your camera and it fired a shot, people will go on there and go, oh my God, you're brilliant.
It's art.
It's art. But we're going to tell you the things that your friends that aren't going to tell you. We're going to be really straight ahead. We're not going to try to be mean. We're just going to try to tell you how it really is. So that's why we do this. We started it a year ago, and now we do it once a month in the middle of the month like we're doing here.
Yeah.
And if you say, I didn't know today was the day, Matt and I both put it out on our social medias the day before. Like on Tuesday, we go, tomorrow's the day, send in your topics. Then we did it again today. Today's your topics. And then, so middle of the month is when we do it. Let's get started. Who's, we're not going to ask their name.
Not
but,
who. So just to anybody that's within the immediate vicinity of us, my battery's going to run out, so I'm going to need a power cord sometime
Power
soon.
cord will appear, Matt.
All right, so dude, I got number one big news. I got the photos into Lightroom.
Oh, that's good.
Well, because you know what happens is sometimes we have to take screen captures because people give us a page where you can't right click and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
we have to take screen captures and they're PNGs, blah, blah, blah. They're in Lightroom.
Yeah.
All right, so here we are.
Hey, that is actually, and I'm not kidding, that is the dirtiest power supply I've ever seen in my
Dude,
life.
I'm not putting that thing on here.
Seriously, hold it up, Matt, for the camera. I have never seen a dirtier power. That's what we're
it's
going to.
actually, okay, let me just jump into the defense of the video department. It's not dirty. What it is, it's sticky. They gaff tape
Dude, it's got hair on it.
They gaff
it's
tape it
sticky,
with
all
hair.
right.
Hey, Scott, there's a reason behind that, and it begins with your son, so we can talk about
Okay. All right.
it.
It's just duct tape.
Power.
It's duct tape hair. It's not really.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
well, you're not seeing all the hair all over it.
Yeah,
No.
it's disgusting.
You can say it's duct
All right.
tape. All right,
Okay, so we got
we've
the
got
images
much,
in
much
Lightroom.
better things
All right,
to
let's
do.
take a look. Here's
All
our
right,
first image.
First up. That's great. All right,
Okay.
there we go.
Now, this
Here,
is actually.
you want to run through them?
Yeah,
Can we
we'll
just-
run through them
okay.
first. Okay, because I got a comment on that. one.
Because I think for most of them, you got to see like the full.
All right.
right, so that's
let's
all
start
fine.
over.
Let's go back.
Okay. This is a very famous spot up in Maine. I think it's called like Nubblehead, or I can't remember. the
Yeah, it's a
name of it.
lighthouse.
It's a lighthouse. So there's a weird thing going on in this photo, and this is not a bad photograph. I actually like it. I think they did a pretty good job. They shot it late in the day, right? So they shot it in pretty good light. I think the shot would have been a little stronger, literally 20 minutes or a half an hour later, because they would have turned the lights on in the house. Every night they turn on the lights in that house. And seeing the warm glow in the windows would have made a big difference.
Yeah, a
So-
little
and
bit
you
more
can
light
see-
in the lighthouse.
Light. Take a look at where the sun is, Matt. So it was the approximate right time of day, but this would have been a little better later. But here's what my bigger problem is, because the composition's good, really. It's very nicely done. It's almost as if this lighthouse was created for photographers. Like, we need something else. Can you put a little red barn in front?
Follows the
Sure.
rule of thirds pretty well,
Oh yeah.
almost. So.
Yeah, no, good photograph. The house is blue. So you shot this with auto white balance. This side of the house is in the shade, so what would be a white lighthouse becomes blue. It's not terrible, except for the fact that when I look at the orange sky, and then I see kind of a
Blue.
blue house.
Yeah.
It's just a little Photoshop thing. Now, in Lightroom 4, you can actually paint white balance.
Yep.
So Matt, I think, is going to do that. He's going to go paint. You're actually painting blue.
Oh, sorry.
Paint yellow. So watch.
I'm new to this program.
Yeah, And now look at the difference. Now what he's doing is basically matching. See, because what you had was a white balance problem created by being in auto white balance, and the little barn to the other side too. There's a little barn to the on
Well,
the
they
left.
get the idea.
Yeah. No, they don't. I want you to fix the whole thing. No, okay. But that's just a minor post-processing thing. I think it's
Yeah.
a pretty good shot. So a little later, I think would have a little bit better, but that's nitpicking. It's really a pretty good shot. So nice job.
You know, I'd also like to see this one at sunrise. Because wouldn't the sun, if the sun's going
Would be
down
on
over
this
here,
side.
wouldn't it be coming up and casting light onto the?
Yeah, but yeah, you know, well, yeah.
Be kind of anyway.
I always see it at sunset,
photo,
so it
though.
must be a better shot at sunset.
I probably just on it. For me, I don't think that necessarily the rocks do and the bottom of it does too much to it. I probably would have just kind of cropped it out a little bit, but that's just me.
Well, you know what, RC, what might have been nice too is a little bit of foreground, right? Because there are rocks where he took this picture is standing on rocks.
And there's
So-
a lot of water in between here.
Yeah,
too.
so there could have been a little more foreground. I mean, but it's really overall, it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if anything, if you're gonna go this way, go tighter.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, nothing says you can't.
But I think
something
I think
like
that
I like
that's
that
actually,
better.
That's
I like that a
actually
lot better, actually.
That's a pretty good lesson when people talk about foreground and stuff. Literally, what happens is a lot of the times people think that it means this way, and this way. When in actuality, if you look at the picture, it actually means you have to make sure that you have stuff like this.
Yes.
You have to make sure that you have stuff in front of you, not just a lower part of it, but make sure that it comes out in front of you when you're shooting.
Right,
foreground
close
stuff.
to you, something close to you, and then a middle ground, and then a background, which would be the sky.
All right, next up.
Same white balance problem there. Well, no, okay. Well, a little bit, but not too bad. I thought his hat was supposed to be white, but I think it is supposed to be blue.
It's cute.
Cute kid. Nice snapshot.
Yeah. It's a little. I mean, it's got the blurry background, so it's not done with a point and shoot or an
yeah.
iPhone, but
This I really like.
I like this one, too.
I really like the post-processing. I like the, it's got decent leading lines.
it's got the cold look to it.
It's got the coal look to it. It's got, you know what, Matt, do this for me. Go to lens correction and just turn on the profile correction. I don't know if it'll
It's
do
done.
it. All right, then yeah, it doesn't recognize the lens because it's probably copy and pasted. Go ahead and move the distortion. In a little bit. And then vignette the edges. Like take out the vignetting in the edges a little bit. Just a little bit. I think that's maybe a bit much. Yeah, I think it looks better flatter.
Yeah.
It looked a little like it was a little bowing out a little bit.
You know, this is one of those times where it's like, we always say dead trees don't work.
Yeah,
This is
this
one
one
of those
works.
times where dead
You know
trees
why?
work.
Because the dead trees aren't like coming in from the side. They're not
Yeah.
creeping in. What do you think, RC?
Yeah, I think it's a really good thing. Actually, Damien Vines had said, there's the element where we're talking about having foreground that's kind of at an angle towards you.
Yes, that's very good.
Damien
He's
picked
right.
it up very well.
There's foreground right in front of him. Then there's the bridge, and then there's the background with the trees and the. So that's a good shot. Now, what's interesting about this, when we go to the next picture, it looks like a snapshot. Here's my kids on vacation.
Yeah.
Now go back to the previous one.
At least that one, or which one? That one or that one?
Either one. They're both like, these are my kids on vacation, and they're
Yeah.
cute, but they are snapshots. Where go to the next one. That's photography art.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference between those two. And I think that, of course, the most important shots in your life will be the ones, sometimes you take with your iPhone of your kids or whatever, or of your kid looking up at a ballerina. But, that looks like a photograph that was shot for photographers.
Yeah.
For the art of photography.
This looks like it was for the family album.
That's my kid. And
All right.
cute kids. And any more? Is there
Same
one
thing
more?
with that one. And there's one more, and that lets us, what's that, the Civil War,
That's bad.
reenactment? It's
That's-
a snapshot.
That's a snapshot. That is really just, you shouldn't show this photo to anyone unless you're telling a story about that. Like, hey, we went on
Hey, dude,
vacation and.
There's a key that fixes, there's one keyboard stroke
Ooh,
that fixes
Matt knows this one. Watch.
It is, it's a tip in Lightroom. Just hit the letter X. There's going to be a little message that pops up on the bottom.
Right here. Rejected.
There we go.
There you go. All right. So overall, not a bad photographer, but it's hard to critique family photos because
Sorry.
they're family photos.
Well, no, he had some good stuff in there. All right, there we go. Let's see. Next up, run through 'em.
Yep.
Motorcycle, arch, football, guitar.
All right. I can tell you right now, my very favorite, hands down, is the guitar. Not because I play guitar.
Yeah, it's got a cool look to it.
It has a very cool look to it. It looks like I set out to make a cool picture. I'm showing a detailed shot. I like the post-processing. I just like the shot.
Yeah.
All right. The football shot it's okay. The only thing I would say about this, and I see this a lot. I mean, I see this picture, the two teams lined up at the line, submitted very often for like wire service photography and stuff. It is the moment before any action happens. Usually we'd like to see an action shot. It's also a bit overprocessed.
Yeah, you know the HDR effect that you apply to it?
Yeah.
I mean, we show this over and over every single time we do this. You put the regular layer on the bottom, put the HDR gritty layer on the top, and paint in the skin from the normal layer.
Yeah, the skin looks kind of burnt and stuff and all. But photography-wise, you captured a moment before something happens. It's not what I would call a peak moment in sports.
Yeah.
This is okay, except for it's taken in harsh light and it looks harsh. What do you think about the HDR processing? Let's go to the guy who wrote the HDR book.
I actually kind of like this one. I thought the arch one I thought was really, really nicely done. I
don't dislike it.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, what I loved about it was that they did really, really good treatment with the clouds. I thought the clouds worked very, very well. I thought that the football players were a little electric.
Yeah, the football players were.
It's
they were
electric.
electric. Boogie woogie woo.
Sorry. All right.
But yeah, I thought they were cool.
Motorcycles.
They're not bad. This is not a bad photographer. They're not bad. They're not kicking butt. But you know what? When I see a picture like that last one, that's pretty good. Go to the guitar. I think this person's got some serious potential.
Yeah, definitely.
There was only that one straight on guitar shot. I mean, motorcycle shot I didn't like.
Yeah,
it just looked like a Craigslist ad. It's like, I'm selling my guitar.
My guitar, and I put it in front of a nice place. Yeah, I would go with you on that.
All right, ready?
Still life.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right, so this person's all over the place.
All right.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's a still life. It's not bad. Kind of interesting lighting.
I kinda like that.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay, so hold on.
Yeah.
I kind of like that because, like you said, and it's you can take things that we learn from great portrait photographers and you can apply them to other things. Like is it McNally that always says, if you want to make something look interesting, only light part of it. So
that's good.
So I think that's cool. I think atmosphere
and
in
lighting.
This one and lighting and backlighting and all that. So that's cool.
And then you decided not to do any lighting whatsoever. You know what it is? It's just there's nothing. I mean, she's cute. There's not a shortage of pictures of cute girls. It's just kind of it's a snapshot, kind of flat looking, kind of. I can't find anything good to say about it. It's not flattering. How's that? Let's go back. It's not flattering.
Somebody just pointed in the chat. They said it's a passport picture.
Yeah, it's a passport picture. Perfect. Boom, done. Now go to the next picture.
Can I tell you, I have the worst passport picture in the entire world. That I went to get my passport picture taken, and the guy walks, and I was in a rush, so I didn't even have time to say anything. The guy walks up, takes the point and shoot, and is standing this far away from me. So he's got the point and shoot on the widest angle.
And it looks bad.
And he takes I brought it home. My kids are like, "You look like you're in jail." But it's like my face is all stretched out.
All right, can I tell you something?
He was.
I'm not kidding. I have the best driver's license picture you've ever seen.
Do you?
Do you know why? I kid you not. I shebanged it. I absolutely did. I went to the driver's license bureau because I had to renew my license just recently. I did it. The woman that takes it sees it and she goes, wow, that's a really good picture. Then I go to the woman who's helping me, the examiner, and she pulls out and she goes, wow, that's a really good picture. I'm leaving. And the woman has me sign something. And she said, can I see your picture of her? So I show her. She's like, wow, that's a really good picture. I'm not going to show everybody my driver's license picture. I'm going to show you.
I gotta
Seriously.
get mine done next month.
Dude,
actually.
look.
Oh wow, look at you. You definitely shebang.
I'm a shebangin'.
All right.
Okay, if you don't know what
Next up.
shebangin' is, go
Peter Hurley.
Do a Google search for Peter Hurley. Oh, go to my blog and watch his video on it. Go to scottkelby.com, search for Peter Hurley, watch his video, and you will have the best driver's license photo, and you will not have a passport photo like Matt's. Look at this photo of this kid now here. How could the photographer that took this, how could it be the same person? This is a good portrait. It's edgy, it's well processed. It's like these, I can't believe it's the same person took these two photos. Passport photo, and that's a portrait. Even his expression, everything, it's expressive, it's interesting.
Yeah.
And here's the guy that took the passport photo.
But I think
I guess this is street photography.
It speaks a lot, though, to what happens, I think, in photography. Just to kind of just get a little bit this on it. It's one of those things where I think that sometimes people just have a big problem with editing. It's like you go out and you shoot, and it's like you'll see really, really good stuff, and you just got to learn which ones to cut. And it's just.
Hey, dude, I don't think there's enough sliders in Lightroom to fix that shot.
All right.
Yeah.
So I was going to say one thing. I mean, it's just so. Hold on.
Yeah, it's so evenly lit that.
Kind of darken it.
It helps a little, but.
Throw a vignette on there, do something, but I mean, it was just
not
so.
a good shot.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Next up.
but here's what people will say. Well, you're not saying why it's not a good shot.
It's a person standing there
It's a
smoking
person
a
saying
cigarette.
it's not really interesting. Kevin Stolmeyer says try black and white. Oh, you got your. Yeah.
It's a gesture,
Nope.
but it's a very weak gesture.
Yeah, it's a very weak
I'm
gesture.
looking
It's
at a
just-
white window.
Yep.
So,
right.
And you know what else too? There's no. It all just kind of runs together. It's just there's no real I don't know whether to look at the window. I actually want to look at the window, which is not good.
All right.
It's just.
And we got birds on the ground.
Yeah, no, an HDR cat would be good. El gato window. That's.
The bird's looking up and he's saying, "Holy crap! Some guy's taking a picture of me."
Yeah.
See, you can see it.
Yeah,
Are those
again,
sea-
not
are
a
those
really
seagulls?
you know what it is? If you're going to take a picture of wildlife, it really needs to be rocking because if you just go to Google and type in the word wildlife photo, you'll see 1,000 amazing images. This is like I was at the beach with my family and look, there's a pelican. I'm not a pelican.
All right. We've already seen. Oh, God! I wonder, did I get that? That's the guitar. I wonder if the guitar. No. This was all flower guy.
Okay, all flower guy.
So.
I like the last one. What I don't like about the last one is take a look, is all that bright area behind it in the right corner. Look at that right corner. Your eye's drawn to the brightest thing in the photo, and he's got some things that are drawing me away from what I'm supposed to be looking at.
Yeah.
I like the water droplets. I like the rose, but the things on the especially on the right, but a little on the left too. A vignette and some cloning would really just help that one. Yeah, there's.
Yeah, it's still not.
Yeah, it needs a little work, but that's the one that I think has the most promise of those other ones. Let's just take a look at the other ones there. You like that? Yeah, the first one, I think that one's good too. You know what it is? Go back to that one. There is a softness to this one and some depth, like the flowers are out of focus in the background. It has a little more interest and softness. Then the next one looks a little harsh, and the next one looks a little harsh, and then it looks back to good.
Yeah.
RCO?
yeah, and they're okay.
Yeah.
Like it's like they're okay.
But you know what it is with flower shots?
You better have a spectacular.
Flowers are naturally beautiful. If you're going to shoot flowers, you better nail it. You better have fabulous flower shots because you're shooting something that's already gorgeous.
And that's what I was going to say with I think you had covered it a couple times, and I think we had seen some stuff over at 500px. I think that the best way to explain it is the bar has been risen so much with flower shots already. Like if you go out and you just Google flower shots, it is very easy to trip on really, really nice flower shots.
That's a good way to describe it.
You have to kind of you have to kind of go past that. So. It's,
All right. Hey, I'm going to actually do that. I'm going to 500px.
We definitely got to keep this one moving because we are.
All right. RC hasn't logged in. I'm not going to get to really be able to see anything. It's RC's iPad. He's the only one that can afford one. He's kind of elitist.
Kind of elitist.
All right, Matt's on. Yeah, go look at flowers. That's not a real flower. That's a nice flower shot. Ooh, look at that one. Yeah. Right there.
Yep.
That's a nice flower shot.
Okay.
That's got a lot of interest. It takes you 2 clicks to find something good.
Back to our story.
Okay.
Next person.
I like that.
I like that.
I like that.
I like that.
Uh-oh. Man, you were doing good. That's a nice pano. It's
very,
interesting.
very cool.
It's good processing. This is nice. It might be a little like over sharpened or a little bit too much in, but it's still good.
Yeah.
And then
I'd say that looks like a painting, but that's pretty cool.
Nah,
I know it's just a cruise ship, but it's got,
You like that one
it's got
too,
a
RC?
neat look.
I like that one, yeah. The ship one kind of makes me think very, dare I say, very Titanic-ish. It's like iceberg straight ahead. It's just, it has that kind of impending doom.
Yeah. And the next one is just bad. And it's just, there's way too much headroom. This could be a lot stronger, closer, I think, Matt.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, you don't
much
need,
headroom.
unless you're using it for a magazine cover. But there's a lot of things that aren't happening here. Is you don't have a very pretty bridge or anything. Can we get really tight on this and get really just on them? And then, but go horizontal with it. There you go.
I used the letter X for that, by the way, because I know there's somebody that's wondering. Like that?
Oh, tighter. Well, maybe keep the flowers in there. All right, now go big. Crop it and go big. No, not any further out. See, that's a much, much stronger photo. And going tighter. Look at that. Look how much stronger that photo was than the one they submitted.
Yep.
And now you're actually seeing the depth of field much better. That was kind of lost in the other photo.
Ugly tree, or not ugly, but just.
And you know what it is? The whole gesture of this photo is really up there. It's not in their legs. And you're adding a little vignette to make it very nice. So you're focusing the light a little bit. And now let's go back and hit reset so we can see where we started. Yeah, that's weak. That's much stronger. So the photo is kind of buried in there. You just have to get to it. Sears.
It's a cute kid shop.
Took my kid to Sears and put him on a white background and flash.
All right.
I mean, that tends to happen with shots like that. It's, tends to happen.
All right, next up we got Bird.
I kind of like that.
I'd say I kind of like this.
I like that. I like that.
Good architectural. I like that.
That's not bad.
That's it.
Okay. This guy, I like it all. I like the bird. I'm not a bird shot guy.
No.
And that's not a spectacular looking bird, but the execution with
it's the thoughtfulness on the bird.
Yeah.
He's thinking.
It has a
Pensive
graphic element to it. Pete was pointing that out. It does. It's
Yeah.
And I like this shot.
See, this is cool.
That's cool.
So just the color, the lighting, and everything behind it.
That's cool. It evokes a moment. Timing of the gesture.
Good.
I kind of like architectural shots like this, ones that show pieces of detail, and it's got leading lines, and the fact that the sky's white I think is kind of cool. I like the black and white. RC.
I'm a big fan of gesture. I think my favorite out of all of them right there has to be the guy singing. It's just great color, great gesture, and it's like, it makes you wonder. it just makes you wonder, what is he singing about? It just has a really, really
Yeah,
good mood.
is it a club? Is it a concert? Is he indoors? Is he outdoors? What's going
Right.
on?
But the bird is just kind of like, there's only so much you can look at it, because it's like, I don't sit there going, well, what is the bird thinking about?
Well, you know what? It's not a
It's
beautiful
like-
bird. It was the execution, right? It was.
Yes,
There's not
okay.
a story there. It's like, what's that bird doing? Who cares?
It's just like,
At the end of the day, it's a bird.
it's right before you got angry.
Hey, you know what I like? What Brad just wrote. I like how Matt's not looking at the picture you guys are talking about. There
Well,
it
you guys
is.
start talking about different pictures. He said that, and he said the bird.
Join us, won't you?
I'm trying to keep it moving here.
All right.
We're on number 6 of 20.
Okay, go.
We went
Let's-
through
all right,
36.
this is an okay picture too.
I
Overall,
like this one.
this
I like
guy.
the contrast. I like the blue
I
and
do.
the white.
I do. I like it. It's good. Overall, we like you. You're good.
All right, I think we saw that
Yeah,
one.
it's pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah, we're cranking along here.
it's good.
All right. Definitely a travel.
Whoa. All right, there's 3 good shots in there, maybe 4.
Yeah.
That ain't it. That ain't it.
Is that kind of? I like
That, you know what it is about this photo? It has scope to it. It has depth. You have foreground. It's got the leading lines. It has an interesting sky. It's got an interesting ground. It's got interesting post-processing. It looks like an epic shot.
layers.
That
Layers
is
and
a shot,
atmosphere.
and layers. That's a shot that big would look phenomenal, really big. I like that.
Now, can I do something really quick to it?
Yes, you may. Please do.
If you were to open it up in Photoshop,
Yes.
I think one of the first things that I would do
Get rid of that nasty-looking branch.
is take your spot healing brush.
Goodbye,
just-
nasty-looking branch.
Hey, just to kind of bring up as an aside,
There we
I'm
go.
watching the chat,
Yeah.
and I was sitting here just trying to do some multitasking, and all of a sudden I just saw a text, just something go right through, and it says, "Sup, RC," and it's Zach. He's watching it. It was funny.
Hey, Zach.
There we go. Get rid of some of that crap.
I was gonna, when we were gonna go to break, I was gonna mention for people
Yeah,
to see
no,
this
that's
video today.
Yeah, I'm leaving
I'm
it.
saving that for my break.
I'm leaving it. I know.
All right. I like that
I
one.
like this shot. It's an interesting person. I like the post-processing.
Post-processing,
I like the lighting.
Yep.
Wait, and when we say lighting, take a look. Take a look at number 1. The light is soft. It's kind of just lighting the subject. There's kind of reflection in their skin. The skin's kind of shiny. It's all very subtle and very nice. It's not a lot of, remember we saw the woman earlier and we said she had a passport photo? That's the opposite of this. This person, you can see their whole face and all, but everything's very subtle and it's appropriate for the person. It's a very nice environmental portrait. I like this one.
Yeah. Beautiful.
I would kind of do a little bit of that cleanup like Matt was doing a minute ago. The 2 little bushes popping up on the right side are not doing much for this photo. They're not
That little thing.
really helping the.
That, I know those would be easy to get rid of.
It'd be easy to get rid of, but yeah, that's not helping the case. You know what? I hate to say it, but this shot is on every corner in every city like this. The little kid in the market. And it's not bad. It's a cute little kid, and it's in a crowded market, but it's not like that portrait from before, the guy a couple of back. RC, any thoughts?
No, I think it's that kind of. It doesn't do the kid any justice, and it doesn't do the market any justice. It's not a good, like when you're doing a portrait, I think that to some degree you do have to kind of, to get a little esoteric, you do have to kind of pay tribute to whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah.
That picture of that guy, he looks good, he looks confident, there's a good amount of energy that he's exuding out, so you executed it well. When you're looking at something like that street art, it's kind of like, it's color, it's kid, it's color, it's kid.
I
but it
walked
doesn't
by, there's
do
a
either
kid,
well.
click.
What?
Oh, I walked by, there's a kid, click.
Yeah, it just looks like target practice.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Here's what I would say.
It's not- yeah, it's good.
In all fairness to the guy who took it, I think it's a great picture for him to put in his travel album.
Yeah.
Don't not take the picture
Yeah,
because
yeah,
we
totally.
just said there's one of those kids.
It's not a portfolio
You're not
piece.
going to put it in your portfolio, but you still want to take it because you were there. It doesn't matter if 1,000 other people
Right.
were there. You
Right.
were there, and you'll still want to put
Yeah,
it.
it would be great on a page with 3 other
Exactly.
pictures or in a photo book or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, good point, Matt. Very good. Matt. Good, Matt.
All right,
What's next?
I like that one.
That was nice. Just those 3?
Yeah, just those 3. See, I kind of like that. I color, I like the sky, I like the ocean.
But it looks like a
doesn't have-
vacation shot.
Yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot of foreground and everything.
Yeah.
But
But I mean, it looks like a vacation shot. You have a DSLR and you went on vacation. You took a shot.
that's wasn't so interesting, so you converted it to black and white. Same thing.
It was less interesting, and you made it black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all kind of.
It's not like a spectacular
RC?
city. It's
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, what I do like about it is that I think that the black and white treatment, like you could definitely tell that the black and white treatment has a certain style to it. It's consistent. So the post processing of it is really, really good, but the subject.
Yeah, you got to start with a
Isn't
better
very
photo.
good.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
imagine that post processing on interesting photos.
Yeah, that
you
would
go.
be something that would be great.
all right. Next up. Okay. Skotsky.
You know what? It's just cute girl, not very interesting pose. Yeah, blank, it's just not an interesting picture. Doesn't really tell you anything about her.
I
It
never
doesn't-
like girls squatting. It looks like she's peeing.
Yeah, that may
I'm
also
sorry,
not.
it just
well, it's not.
does.
It's not a flattering pose. And it's not a flattering expression. It doesn't really tell me anything about her other than she was waiting for you to say, "Okay, we're ready." All right, go to the next one.
Or I gotta pee.
And it's not the lighting is weird pose.
All right, lighting. What's wrong? Like here.
Oh, I couldn't see. It's better when you zoom in. You know what? This picture is a lot better when you zoom in. Can we crop nice and tight? Real tight, Matt. Oh, and go wide. And off center. Here you go. Now look at it. That's much better. Zoom in a little bit. Can we make it bigger? Is there any way to make it bigger? Yeah, the lighting is a little a little harsh. I mean, in parts, but it's not bad. It's not terrible lighting. There's a little.
I guess the only thing I noticed with the lighting is like there's a stripe across her face.
Yeah.
Because there's shadows here and there's shadows there and there's just like stripe.
Yeah, but it's a much stronger picture there. But it's just it kind of like the other one. It's not a great expression. It doesn't really tell me much about her. It's not, it's okay.
All right.
That's the one. That's the only one I like. Go back. That one.
Yeah.
Because this is got a gesture. It has something
Expression.
interesting. It has expression. They're not looking straight at the camera. The other ones kind of look like maybe I was doing your senior portrait. This one actually looks like a portrait. The other ones are kind of.
Yeah.
That one's interesting. It's a good shot. The other three are.
All right.
Yeah, like Pete was saying, a lot of it comes down to the face. RC, did you have any comments about any of that?
I kind of liked a little bit of the post processing on some of it, but the expression was just kind of a little like you can't just show up and just take the picture. Like there's got to be something about.
All right. Do I have to go back?
person.
Or are you guys gonna yell at me?
No, we're not
No.
gonna yell
I
at
just
you.
think that's pretty much it. It's just there's something about a person that kind of needs to bubble up, and you need to take a picture of that. That's
Yeah.
that's
All right.
important.
Next. I'm going to recluse myself from this one because I've said so many bad things about other photos.
Okay. This isn't good. It's crooked. It just looks crooked. I don't know if
It
it
is
really is
crooked.
crooked.
No, it's
but
crooked.
You'd want to, but you can do all that. Remember Scott talked about the blue before, everything's in shadow, so the water's blue. There's not much foreground now. It's not
You know what
like
would've
it's not
helped
one of
this-
those beautiful
No.
waterfalls.
You know what would have helped this photo a lot was to not stand there and take it, is to get down really low and make the rocks in the foreground become the foreground, and that's
Yeah, you could have gotten down and put a rock leading up to it or something like that.
anything would have helped.
You know what? I don't know. I kind of like this. I would crop it so that.
All right, but let me ask you a question, Matt. If you were at the beach, this bird came flying, and you picked up your cell phone, how much different would the photo look?
I don't know.
If you can take it with your cell phone, and it's just this happens.
Dude, I can't take that with my cell phone, but
a million. Well, after you've post-processed it and cropped it like that, but that shot can be absolutely taken with an 8-megapixel cell phone.
All right, next up. So you know what? I left the caption in here because I thought it was interesting of plane flying through sunset. So right there, you know that this person thinks the plane is the subject of the photo, and to everybody else, it looks like a speck of dust that was on your.
I never
camera
saw the
sensor.
plane.
Right there. So you got a photo that really by itself doesn't have anything, but you've given it a subject of the plane.
Yeah, but can I tell you something?
But it's not even.
You know what it is? And we're seeing this a lot today, okay? We're seeing this particular problem a lot. You know, we have a lot of photographs of not very interesting things, not very interesting people. Now, what about the guy in the market?
He was interesting.
He was interesting, and the lighting was great. But we're seeing a lot of people with blank expressions, not interesting places, not interesting stories. I got to tell you, a plane flying through the sky at sunset happens in every city every day at a certain time.
Yeah.
It's not an exciting. I've seen shots of, the sun, a big sun, and moving across. You might go, well, a silhouette of the plane. But a little dot in this. There are a lot of just uninteresting photos. And I think what you're saying is, well, am I getting this as a photographer? I mean, my exposures are okay. We haven't had an exposure problem today. We've had a couple little color problems. We really have a composition and interesting subject problem, just like the woman we showed a minute ago.
I think this is a perfect example. There's not a technical. I don't technically. Yeah, whatever we can say about the lighting, he chose to do it. I mean,
right.
People can argue about that crap all day, and he has no post-processing problems.
No.
It's all just going that next level to find that interesting person.
Yeah, that's not interesting. She's not. I mean, she may be very interesting in person, but you're not showing me that in the photograph.
I actually like the post-processing on this a lot.
Yeah, I do.
I want to like this photo a lot more than I do.
Yeah, but we don't.
This is for a portfolio,
And I guess.
Yeah.
And it all depends on. I think it also all depends on what it is that you're asking. What the people are asking for when they're doing the critique. Like, if you're asking when you do the critique, am I doing okay in photography? The pictures that you've seen so far, like, they're not poor pictures. If somebody's saying, I just started photography, am I doing okay? It's like, well, yeah, technically you're getting it. I mean, you get the idea. You get the idea that you need to be out there at sunset. You get the idea that you need to do this kind of stuff. But then if that person's asking, does this belong in my portfolio? Those are two completely different conversations.
But I think, RC, let me just say this, if I may call you RC.
Sure.
Thank you, if that is your real name. What I would think is, if I'm sending you my work, like if someone said, Scott, would you like a critique? Yes, I would love one. Send me some of your work. Am I going to go pick 5 crappy photos?
Yeah.
You're going to go pick things that you think, this is some of my best stuff, right?
Right. Well, here's a perfect example.
Yeah.
How long have we known each other? Probably 8 years, maybe?
Yeah, 7, 8 years.
How many critiques have you done of my work?
0.
It's one of those things where it's like.
I did an intervention once.
You did. You
Matt
leave
and I
that picture alone.
We had to do an intervention once for RC, but
that's what happens. It's like I'm really good friends with Jay Maisel. I've shown him a total of 1 picture ever, and I think that might be something that might be worth you guys thinking about. That when you say you want to critique, basically what you're doing is you're looking at it that it's going to be gauged from a very. It's going to be gauged as a portfolio kind of thing. Would you put this in a portfolio?
Scott made a good point. When you send this in, I'm not expecting you thought, no, I'll just include it. It's cute.
Yeah. No, I got way better stuff than that.
I got better stuff, but I'm going to send them my crappy stuff. I expect you're sending in.
RC, the shot that you showed to Jay, was it crappy shot or average shot?
No.
It's one of your best shots, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I had to get a critique recently from Peter Reed Miller, who shot for many, many years for Sports Illustrated, and I showed him my football portfolio. And it was right before I went to the airport. I'd gone to his workshop and asked him to look at my stuff, and he was very much like we were here. He was like, "This is good. This is good. This is wrong. You did this. Da 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 da." You know what I mean? It's.
And did he ever just say, "Yeah, this is bad"?
No, but he would point out, like, it would have been better if you could have done this, if we could have seen this. Now, I will say this too, I followed everything he said. He said, this doesn't belong in there, you need to take this out, here's why this doesn't work. Boom, boom, boom. I didn't argue with him, I didn't go, oh, but wait, that day was like the quarterback was, you know.
That was the day they won the championship,
Yeah,
so it was a big day.
And I just went with it. Same thing with Joe McNally. Joe McNally went through my portraits and was like, I like this is good, ooh, this is good. This does not belong in here. This does nothing for me. And I went, oh, delete. Now I could have said, but I was trying to, you know, it's amazing. We all do portfolio reviews, like at the Google Plus conference for photographers. We've done them at Photoshop World. I've done them at other events. And everybody wants to argue. They asked you to critique them, then they want to tell you why it's a good shot. It's like, look, I think that I'm careful about who I ask to critique my portfolio.
Oh, yes, I am very careful.
Dave Black, you know, Joe McNally, Peter Reed Miller, people that I really respect, and I know that their heart is in the right place. They're trying to make me a better photographer.
They want to make me. I'm very careful about it because I want them. There has to be somebody that wants to make you better, not somebody that wants to be in the same sphere as you or something like that.
Or someone who wants to make themselves feel better by critiquing yours. And I've had those, and I've had people try to offer for me, and I'm like, that's okay. Because I know where they're coming from. Hey, we're gonna take a short break. When we come back, we're going to do some stuff. Hey, before we can take a break, I do want to mention. So today, my guest blogger is Zach Arias, and Zach has taken a break from social media for a while. He came back. He did a video and a story. If you do photography as a business, right? You've got to watch the video and read the article. If you are just a casual user, then instead read the article, then watch the video. No, you got to do them both. Really, if you're into photography, it's a very good message presented in a way that only Zach does it. It's very, very good. Hey, can I say something to one little quick thing? I was speaking at a publishing conference last week, and a gentleman came up to me and gave me a thank you card. And the card said, basically, he's part of a group in Utah. He's based in Utah. And every Wednesday, they all get together, they have a lunch, and they discuss my weekly guest blog. Like, they read the guest blog together, and then they discuss the topics that are...
That's cool.
And he thanked me for doing that, and I wanted to go really thank Brad, because Brad does all the work there. Brad has to put it together and resize their images and get it all together and contact with them and work with them and stuff. And I told the guy that too. And I said, you spell his name S-C-O-T-T. No. But anyway, I thought that was very cool that on Wednesdays they have a luncheon and discuss the guest blog.
That's
so
cool.
Man, are they going to have, they're going to have a long lunch from today's, because they're going to watch Zach's video, and it is a very simple message, but it's presented in a way that is very, very thought-provoking. They're going to have a long lunch, but they're going to love it.
Cool.
When we come back, we've got a couple more. We're going to get them queued up here, and we're going to let's be nicer in the next. It's not a half because we don't have that much time left.
Yeah.
But,
All right.
but we're going to be nicer to some extent. See you in a minute. Hi everybody, I'm Scott Kelby, President of the National Association of Photoshop Professionals. Of course, we just call it the NAPP, or just NAPP for short. And I'm here to tell you a little bit about NAPP and how for more than 15 years it's become the place where people go to get really good at Photoshop. Now, one of the key benefits of joining NAPP is that you get Photoshop User Magazine. It's a print-based magazine, packed cover to cover with step-by-step tutorials, real-world articles, and feature stories from literally the very best Photoshop trainers in the world today. As the editor, it's my job to make certain that we teach you the most important techniques and the most requested features, and that we do all of it in plain English, straight to the point, and we teach it in a way that makes it really stick. Each issue is pretty thick, so it's kind of like getting a Photoshop book mailed right to your door 10 times a year. As a NAPP member, you also receive exclusive access to the NAPP member training site. It's the largest and most complete Photoshop online training resource of its kind. You'll have access to thousands of online tutorials and complete start-to-finish Photoshop training classes from the best in the business. Also, brand new with your membership, now we have full-length online training classes on Photoshop, so you can learn 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, no matter where you are in the world, from the world's very best instructors. We also have 3 different tech support help desks on Photoshop and Lightroom and on Gear, where you get your questions answered directly by our experts, one-on-one, right when you need it. Another big benefit of being a NAPP member is that you'll save money on everything from software purchases to Macintosh and PC hardware, from plugins to printing and everything in between, even stuff like hotels and rental cars. It's the power that comes with being part of an association with more than 70,000 members around the world. And because of our large membership, we've been able to negotiate special deals and discounts and special offers exclusively for our members. And we hear from members all the time that say, you know what, I saved so much on my first deal it paid for my entire membership. NAPP also produces the Photoshop World Conference and Expo. It's the world's largest Photoshop event where members from all around the world come together for 3 days of amazing classes and networking taught by the best trainers on the planet. Best of all, NAPP membership is incredibly affordable. For just $99 a year, you can have all of this and more. This is where people come to get really good at Photoshop, and I'm inviting you to join me here at NAPP right now and start learning today. Hey, we're back. Scott Kelby here with Matt Kloskowski, RC, and crew here at the place where we are.
People.
Hey, we jumped over to 500px real quick, and I'm just going to have Matt scroll down the page. We're going to spend 30 seconds on this. All right, when you send in a landscape shot, a wildlife shot, see that?
That's a
wildlife shot. All right, let's look at scroll down a little bit. This is just their home page, right? So there's another nice one. But see these landscapes here, right? Look at the epicness of that landscape shot, right? It's just, it looks cold. It looks, that's just grand. It really has an epicness to it. Go down and keep going further. Look at that bird shot.
That's a more interesting looking bird.
That is you know what it is? The bird is more interesting. The stick he's on. Keep going down. All right. Look at that. Good dog. Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? Keep going.
Oh, I know.
Oh, go to that bird up there. Click on that. What makes this bird so much better than the other one? You know what it is? 2 things. Number one, it's just a way more interesting looking bird. It's not a couple of pelicans on the beach, a couple of pigeons on the beach or whatever. Seagulls on the beach, thank you. Keep saying. All right, but you know what else too? You are so close to that bird. Look at the sharpness of the eye. You feel like I could never really get this close to this bird in real life. It would fly away. So you're getting an intimate look at this bird that you would really not get. And look at the great separation of the bird from the background. It just pops right off there. So Brad just brought up on screen, go to kelbytraining.com, our online training site. There's a beginner's guide to wildlife photography with Moose Peterson. Go watch that and you'll see. Hey, let's go back to our images.
Can we show the one? One, this is.
Okay, look at this. This is a bird shot.
That's a shot.
That's why when you send in that shot of the 2 seagulls on the beach, we're kind of like,
this is what we're comparing it to.
I'm not that impressed. If you're going to take a bird shot, it's got to kick butt. So,
All right.
Okay, here we go. All right. I like this shot.
I do too.
I like this shot. That's a cool shot. You know what it is?
Interesting angle.
It's something you don't see every day. You don't see that view of that plane in that sky with that perfect foreground, right? Look how low they are. They're so low, they're right on that line. Mm-hmm. And that's just a cool shot. Yep. That's a shot I would buy and hang on my wall.
Yep.
That's cool. I like that. Great architecture. I love that. It's got all kinds of graphic appeal. I'm seeing these all for the first time. That's a terrific portrait. Look how the light falls off. There's gesture, there's emotion. It's very well lit. She's very interesting looking. She has an interesting outfit on. She has interesting nails. She's got great color hair. I love this
Trying
shot.
to figure out if it was a composite.
Texture, it could be composite, but it's very well done.
Yeah.
Next. Cool shot. I don't find him necessarily as interesting. His face is a little all bright, and his pants are a tad low for me. However, now you got to realize, I'm kind of used to this. Brad dresses like that pretty much in the office
Does, dude.
all the time.
And Brad's abs look just
RC,
like that,
am I wrong?
No, you know what? If I had to see another part of near crotchal areas for Brad, this morning was just. Oh
I know
goodness.
it crossed the line. All right, and who is this person? They wrote their name on there.
Daniel,
You have some fans in Florida. You are doing some great stuff. RC, I'm going to turn this over to you.
Yeah, it's awesome. I would say if I had to say that one of them didn't make it, I would say the one after the plane shot.
The tower?
It was.
I like the tower.
I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that if I had to, I wouldn't take any of them.
I would have chosen the Brad shot.
Really?
Me, personally.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, I would have spun that one. You know
But
what
is
it
it because of the men's or is it?
I don't
because-
like his facial expression. His face is, yeah, it's a little too pasty. But I mean, overall, this guy's got really good post-processing skills.
You know what did it for me was the contrail on the top of the tower.
Really?
Yeah, like I saw it and I saw that little speck and I was like, oh, contrail.
Contrail. Anyway, I
But
think this
no,
guy's
I
terrific.
see what you're saying.
Very, very
But you
good.
know what? It works for that photo. Normally, I'd clone it out.
Yeah, but it's an airport. So
But I mean, the guy's on.
this guy's on, dude. You are on.
I think they're definitely composites there.
They may be
Very-
composites.
very well
I don't
done.
care, dude. This guy's good. He's one of the best we've had on here. All right, let's see what we got. Boat Earth. There's some promise here. I don't much care for that one personally.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you what's wrong with it photographically. There's so much
Is it
care
a
for it.
fisheye?
It looks like a fisheye. That's okay. Now go to the next one. Oh, you want to see if you fix it, if it'll make a difference?
Nah,
This one's kind of interesting to me. It's a little messy. Like some cropping might help us.
yeah. And I don't think that person does anything for it.
Yeah. Oh no.
It's
That's not
It's just
good.
a vacation shot. Like, hey, look, honey,
Oh,
I'm over
okay.
here.
Yeah, I couldn't see because I'm looking at a screen far away. This is just blown out highlights to death. This is not so good. Hawaii, right? At sunset.
If you're gonna do long exposure and you're gonna blur the clouds, and really blur the clouds.
Yeah, it needs a longer exposure. Sorry.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know-
a sucker for anything with the Milky
Yeah.
Way.
RC
RC knows.
RC, what do you think? The whole thing.
Hey, but the Milky. I like the Milky Way shot, but I think that is.
Meh. I don't like the Milky Way shot.
Yeah, it's.
Now, in Milky Way bar, that's different. Okay.
Yeah, it's.
All right. Oh, I remember looking at these. I thought these were
Oh, it's a Scott
interesting.
Jarvie shot. I
thought these were interesting.
Scott Jarvie does these?
I saw Scott Jarvie like 3 times over the weekend.
Did you?
Yeah, in Death Valley. He was there with a
Is
couple of
that is that
friends.
one of his?
I don't think it's one of his. I think
But I
it's
mean,
somebody
that's
who did
his
the
technique,
same
right?
concept. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I
Is
like
that a
that
creepy
technique.
baby?
All right,
Is
you
that a
gotta look at
creepy
this.
baby?
Oh, an exploding Coke can?
Yep. All right.
I don't know what to say. They're all kind of interesting. It is potential.
Well,
I don't know what to say. There's lighting and there's some good expressions. And you know what it is I like about this photography? Let me tell you what it is. Here what it is. They're trying to do something. They're trying to make something happen. They're working it. You know, you could nitpick little lighting things and all, but I don't know. There's kind of a common theme that runs through them, which is a breath of fresh air today.
They're not just snapshots.
And
There's-
here's something that I thought was awesome. Somebody turned around and said, Bob DiChiera on the chat said, I'm horrified. Scott King said, creepy. Damien said that it was very Clockwork Orange-ish. And this is the part that I think is really, really cool. And this is why I think I probably agree with all of this stuff. And I think it's great because at the end of the day, you're not just looking for happy, fun, interesting. If it makes you feel weird, that's cool.
Hey, you
That's
know what
all right.
though? I think the creepy's not off.
Yeah.
Like, now I've seen this Scott Jarvie stuff a lot. And I like it. I think it's kind of his, the holding onto the ring flash kind of thing is kind of cool. But
it's cute.
there is a creepiness, but I don't think it's a bad creepiness. I think it. Yeah, you feel like he's going someplace, maybe a mental institution. No,
But see, I think Scott Jarvie, when he does it, I think that the stuff that he does is kind of, I feel like it's a little cute.
yeah, it is cute when he does
picture
it. He's a little creepy.
takes that same which is this is a big compliment to you. You take something that is very, very commonly known on the internet and things like that, and you make it your own by giving it a really, really different twist. Yeah. And I think that I'm a big fan of that.
We really got to whip through this, but can we look at the girl with the bubbles again?
Oh, yeah.
Let me show you, because here's where, this is the one I thought was the creepiest. It's zombie bubbles. Right? Apocalypse zombie kind of thing. I don't know, it just looks stark and like, you know, I want to eat brains kind of thing. Okay, but I don't know, I like that. I think they got something.
Yeah,
it's a style.
Creepy works. One of my favorite photographers is a guy named Andre Dragan. You can't get any creepier than that guy. It's cool. It's an emotion.
Is this breakfast?
Could be.
I like it. I like the photography.
Yummy.
It's a nice looking breakfast.
I'm hungry.
It is making me hungry. I really like that. Terrific. I really like that. I really like that. Can we get rid of the blue in the plate? Matt, de-blue that plate.
Can we get rid of the blue in the plate? I think we are just one simple click away with a white balance eyedropper and kabam.
Yeah, food doesn't look good on a blue plate.
Unless it's a blue plate special.
Yeah, look how blue that plate was. But you know what? Overall, there was one shot here that I thought was the weakest of the bunch. I thought the very first one was the best. I really like this one. There was one shot that was, but it's just maybe, I like that. I love the overhead stuff. I like that. Go back.
Not too bad.
Nah, it's not too bad. And the weak one was, keep going. That one. That one's good. That one looks, the rest look like artistic food. This one looks like, the next one kind of looks like what you would see if you sat down at a diner. It's out of character with the other ones, really. But it may be a commercial shot for a diner. In that case, it's fine. Let's go on.
Very well done.
We got to wrap this puppy up.
Can we go back to the other ones and that's kind of, that's one of the best bird shot we've seen all day.
Hey, go back. That's Chattanooga. I went to one of my son's crew races there this year. I would never know that. I would never known that. But you know what is in Chattanooga? The best breakfast ever.
All right.
All right.
So,
you know what it is? This is such a wide range because I see a couple of shots in there I think are really great.
Yeah.
And I see a couple that are absolute snapshots.
like that one?
I don't get that shot at all. Let's just look like I'm driving by my neighbor's house or that.
Like that one? No, that's kind
I
of
like
neat.
that.
I like that.
Right? I really like this.
See, can we do one thing?
Yes,
though?
you can. I know what you're going to do.
Can we either crop it
Yeah.
or clone that? I don't think you can clone that out very well, though.
Nah.
So I would crop it. And
But I really like this shot. It's got something about the angle and stuff that I think is really good. I like it. I like it just has a weird, I think it's funny and
Yeah.
it's cute and it's actually well executed.
yeah.
All right.
The best bird shot we've seen all day.
And then,
And snapshot.
it's not good. Snapshot, kind of snapshotty with some post-processing. It's okay. RC?
Abstract.
I like the multicolored one. The multicolored one was kind of interesting. The dots, I thought that was great, but I mean, it's
It's not bad. It's not as meh as the other one that we said was meh.
yeah,
They're further along the meh curve.
yeah. I mean, it's good execution of color and things like that, but I mean,
it's
just,
good execution.
It's
You're embarrassing me.
All right. Here, let's blow through a couple of them here.
Quickly. Very non-interesting subject. Somewhat better. Snapshot. Okay, stop right there. Stop. Go to 500px
I knew
and
he was going to say.
type in deer. Right there.
I knew he was going to say.
Go to the
it.
search. Type in deer.
There we go.
Okay,
That's the one
this
we did
is
in
a deer shot. All right, that's what deer shots should look like. That would get you, wow, that's deer. Let's look at this one. See? That's a really interesting. Now let's go back to the one we were looking at in Lightroom. It's a snapshot. Look at all these deer shots.
How does Bixby Bridge come up under deer?
I don't know.
Dude, I still want to go here. Sorry.
Deer at sunset, and then I don't know where to look. And this is
Car show.
car show.
Car show in the middle of the day.
Didn't look good, so I made it black and white. Yeah, so you need a little work there. All right, where's this best breakfast of Warrior Suite? I don't know the name of the place. They told us. I can look it up. The name of the best breakfast place in Chattanooga. Oh man, it's my breakfast of the year, and everybody goes there. Hey, I like that.
I like this one.
I kind of like that. A little flashy, but a good. I kind of like that.
That's it. That's my favorite.
Okay, yeah.
That one's. I really like that.
That's
one.
good. That's good. That's good. I think that's good.
Yeah.
You're good. It's all good. Good lighting. Well, okay, I know we're saying good, but we're not saying
Yeah.
what's good. What was good was interesting lighting, interesting angles, showing movement, good backgrounds, good clouds. I like the light from the back.
Intense look.
Yeah, I mean, they're all kind of interesting. You look at the angles. Look how
The
low he
angles
is
are-
to get
yeah.
that, right?
Yeah, he's on the. I mean, he's right on the ground.
He's right on the ground. He's using some flash. Interesting angles. You're really close to them. This one, they're all. I think these just well executed shots and interesting subjects. I kind of like that. Great. Pretty good. Pretty good. There's just one weak shot in there. This is good. I
is
think it's
very-
well thought out.
Yeah.
That one.
Neat concept.
That's just.
Cute. I like
That's
that.
really good.
Lighting,
That's a fantastic
expression.
shot. Like, here's the interesting thing. If you just sent us that shot, we'd say, this guy's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Then go to the one previous to it. Maybe not. That's pretty good, but it reeks of Steve McCurry's shot. You know, Steve McCurry's very, very famous Afghan Girl. And it looks like we're going to do a version of the Afghan Girl, but you can't out Steve McCurry. I like the lighting in this shot. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But you've got one absolutely killer shot in there, 2 or 3 pretty good ones, and one that should not be there.
All right. We gonna keep going?
Well, just real quickly. We can do it quicker. I like the guy the best. Yep. The other shots are not particularly flattering light, not particularly flattering retouching. In fact, just kind of a general lack of retouching. They're okay.
Except for that one, which looks like has really bright eyes and teeth.
Yeah, that one may be over retouched. Last one?
RC.
That one's
Just-
good.
The Black Skies one?
Black skies are bad HDR.
This is good HDR, right, RC?
Yeah.
Tell us what's wrong with this one, RC.
What can I...
It's all post-processing problem here.
Yeah, it's all post-processing. I mean, you just don't really know where to look when you're doing that stuff. And I think that you need to remap some of the sky that sits in the very, very top. You need to make sure that the colors that you have on the back of those mountains are, in concert with the colors that you have in the foreground. It just needs post-processing work, and it's one of those things where it's like it's very easily done. You just have to go back and find some other layers from your original images to kind of just mask back in. But it's
Hey, I just saw a tweet at Rob Photography wrote, quote of the day, "I don't think there's enough sliders in Lightroom to fix that shot." That was from earlier in the show.
And
Hey,
this is what I would say. It would say I think it's an interesting shot. If you're watching this and you're watching a critique, I would say go to my Google Plus page, send me a direct message, and I'll do this. We can go ahead and send some of those source files, and I'll remap something, and I'll kind of give you guys an idea, and we'll put it on the Photoshop user site.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, RC will like send in the original file. RC will do his magic, and when you see the difference, you'll go, oh.
Yeah, I mean, we can just go back and forth. It'll just be a recommendation. I mean, it's just if you want to try this.
But
do
RC
this, and we'll
seems
make a
to be
video.
pretty good at that HDR stuff. You seem to have a knack. You should write a book. Oh.
All right.
All right. So this is mostly a post-processing problem for this fine folks. But you know what? I love his first shot. I think his first shot is so much stronger than the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's graphically interesting, and I like the colors, and it's cool. Okay, we've run way over time as we always do with the blind critiques.
So having looked through, been the person that looked through a lot of the images that were sent in today. So if I can say this, the comments that we said about these images, if you submitted images and they didn't get critiqued, I can tell you that almost all of them kind of fell through the same traps that we talked about today. Because that's what I did. Like I went through, and when I saw the next person that sent them in, I'm like, these look just like the last person's. You know,
Yeah.
and these look just like the
A
last
big
one.
collection of uninteresting shots.
And so there's a lot of snapshots in there. And so I guess probably one of the biggest thing I would do is watch today, what did we call a snapshot and why, and take a look through those images you sent and see if they fall into that snapshot category.
You know what is a good measuring stick is if you're looking at your photo and you go, I just don't know why this is a snapshot, go to 500px, type in the word that you did. You just saw a guy, he had a picture of London there, right? And he took a shot of Big Ben. If you go to 500px and you type in Big Ben, you're going to go, oh, is that what my shot's supposed to look like?
exactly.
Oh, God, mine looks like a snapshot.
Hey.
Okay. Oh, go ahead.
We got a good comment too. So remember the guy that we said that we really liked earlier?
Oh, yeah. Daniel Troja.
Yeah, dear Team Kelby Kloskowski, I just heard about the comments you gave to my pictures. I was so excited about it, and I appreciate the great comments that you even asked, who is this guy, Daniel? Now that even I have fans in Florida, it feels so good. I wonder if we can
Bring up his shots. Well, hey, Daniel, good job, dude.
Daniel rocked it.
You rocked it.
This is the one. This is the guy.
Yeah, this guy is awesome. I mean, his shots are so far and above anything else that we've looked at.
You know what's cool though? I mean, I got because he does
And
that really well.
He
and
does that really well. But you know what? There's a real learning moment here. He has a consistent style. Even though they're different subjects, it looks like the same photographer. Mm-hmm. You know, you look at it and you go, yeah, that's one of his. And you go to the next picture and you're like, yeah, that's hers. And still the third one still looks like one of his, even though one's a portrait and one's an airport.
If he's jobbing, you call Daniel and you know exactly what you're getting from him.
Exactly. If you hire Daniel, you're like, I want that look, and no matter what he's going to shoot for you, you know he can deliver that look, and that's a real pro. So
Daniel, as the editor of Light It magazine, I'm going to want to talk to you at one point. You and I need to talk. Okay?
Yeah, you got to talk with RC. Yeah. All right. Hey, thanks to everybody that sent them in, and I hope you take these in the way that they were formed. You know, if you're taking snapshots and we tell you you're doing really, really good, you're going to think, well, I'll just continue what I'm doing. We really want you. I think one of the biggest things, Matt really said it, is one of the biggest things that you can do for your own work is look at other photographers' work and really look at it and go, why is my bird shot on the beach not interesting? And this bird shot on the cover on the front page of 500px is. Take a piece of paper and write it down. What's the difference between theirs and mine? Yep. Well, their background's out of focus, mine's kind of out of focus. They have a really interesting bird, mine's a freaking seagull.
And so if you like taking pictures of birds and all you have near your house is seagulls, you know what you got to do?
Go someplace where
you got to go
interesting birds
someplace
are.
where there's cool birds.
All right. Hey, we got prizes. How do we do the prizes? Who's doing the prizes? Pete? Anybody?
Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and...
RC has a plan.
And you know what it is? We're just going to go to kelbytv.com/contest. What I think is funny, the only reason I'm laughing is because Daniel actually put his email address in the chat. So I'm like, all right, dude, let me just take it down and make sure. We're definitely going to do something with you here. But let's see. Let's go ahead and just put this on standby. Or actually, let's just moderate these comments real quick. Once we have those, now all of the comments are coming in with moderation, so don't worry about it. This is what I want you to do. Go to kelbytv.com, /contest. Put in your name, put in your email address, put in a comment for the show, and that's it. Pretty straightforward. One of, our producers will pick.
Choose the grid.
Right. Obviously make sure you choose the grid, and then from there you can go ahead and our producers will pick one person from that to win a prize. That's it.
Hey, you know what?
Yes, sir.
A lot of people tweeted. Thanks everybody that sent out a little tweet that said I'm watching the grids. No, thank you. We had a lot of people do that. Thank you very much. We appreciate that very much. All right, and we know what all the prizes are and everything.
Yep, everything's all taken care
Are
of.
we good to roll, RC?
Yep, we should be good.
Hey Ted, I just want to say you were an excellent audience
Ted,
today.
you really brought something to the show
You really
today.
did. Thank you. Also, the way that you read things on your iPad and looked at the weather and different things it really made us feel like
Not
you
many
care.
people could do that.
Yeah, usually people look at us when we're
He
teaching,
wouldn't
but
even say anything. He's like,
yeah, but the way you just kind of did your own thing like we weren't here was very impressive. All right, Pete, thank you, Brado, Mr. RC.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your insights today. It was great having you on the show.
Appreciate it.
Matt, you are as beautiful as you've always been.
thank you.
And that's immeasurable. Guys, thanks very much. We hope to see you here again next week for another live episode of The Grid. Take care, everybody.
This week's episode of The Grid is sponsored by MPix. Shoot today, upload tonight, we ship tomorrow. Manfrotto, imagine more. All One Software, focused on photography. Tiffin, helping create the world's greatest images. Peach Pit Press, publishers of technology books, ebooks, and videos for creative people. Epson, exceed your vision. Expo Imaging, Rogue Flash Benders for speedlight enthusiasts. Nix Software, photography first. And B&H Photo, the professional source.